Hello there and welcome along to Amberlea Model Railway. My name is Chris and today we've got a video for you which I didn't really expect to be putting out, if I'm honest. The development of the extension and the next scenic section of the extension has been frustrating me somewhat because I can't really decide what to do, how to develop it in a scenic way. So I look at another aspect of the layout, which, as you'll see once the video gets going, has been irritating me for quite a while. In fact, probably since I started the layout a year and a little bit ago. And that will become apparent as I get into the video. So I won't say too much more about it here, except really just to say, if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up and think about subscribing. It really does help the channel to reach more viewers, and obviously gives me an idea of whether the content that I'm putting out is hitting the mark with people out there, or whether I need to look at changing what I do and how I do it, and maybe going in a slightly different direction. As always, please leave any comments, good or bad, in the relevant section down below. I do like reading your comments, and I do try and answer all of them if I can, even if it's just a thumbs up or a like or whatever. So thanks again for being with me, and I will now pass myself back to me about 2 weeks ago, and we'll crack on with the video. Bye for now. So I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do with this half of the extension, the half with the terminal station at the end there in the corner, from the railway and canal cutting in and out and round the bend, round the curve there. So I've been procrastinating quite a bit, and I haven't decided scenically what that's going to look like, and I can't really, I just can't decide what I'm going to do, what I want to do, what I can do, bearing in mind expense, time, and everything else that we are constrained by. So if you've got any ideas, please stick them down in the comments below, and I'll have a dig through them and see if there's anything that might tickle my fancy there. So what I am going to do, instead of getting to work on the second half of the extension, is I'm going to have a look at this area here. So I think in a previous video I did say I'm going to take this this curve out here, and I'm going to run the track down in a straight line from here down to the far wall, and then I'm going to have the curve in the corner there, and then I'm going to have the track again run at its elevated height, but run along the back, and therefore along the back wall behind the track that's currently hidden, the double track that's currently hidden behind the raised section there. So the raised section is going to be at the back of the layout, and then I will have 4 2x2 running lines parallel with each other which I think will give me a better run, a better area to do filming, where I've got potentially 4 trains all coming and crossing and interacting with one another. I think that will look really good. So that bridge there will come out, and I'll hopefully be able to reinstate it in that corner over there. We'll have to see. And again, this one of my earliest scratch building efforts, this double bridge here, I think will, because it won't be going over the lines anymore, that might come out completely now and just be a retaining wall with a section of track on top of it. I was never fully happy with how this looks and how it behaves with regard to the sharpness of curve and everything. The sharpness of curve is still going to be there, but it's not going to be carried on a bridge that goes over two main lines effectively. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to rip this out shortly from the start of the curve there. Take that out and then extend the raised section down to the wall, and then get something in to put along the back there. So I will get to grips with that, and I will come back to you once that is underway in a short wee while. So stage 1, just having taken the bridge out there, obviously removed the track first, taken the bridge out, and now I'm just going to remove this polystyrene wall here, so I can actually extend the track here in a straight line, as I said before, down towards the wall. So that good start, and we'll see how we get on over the next few minutes to few hours. So I've been a busy boy now, taken all the track and substructure away from this area here. There was a curved bridge there which went across onto a raised section here on this edge with like a bit of a cliff face on it, and then a girder bridge over in that corner there. It's all gone. All the track's been taken up. The back there, that's all gone now. All been taken up, and right around to this corner here. So now I can get on with refitting the track, resizing it all, putting the elevated section at the back, as I said before, and then the 4 main running lines running parallel all the way down this edge, across the river, and then round the bend here and back to where we started, and then ultimately into the station. So it was quite satisfying ripping it all out, I must admit. I wasn't overly happy, I think I said before, wasn't overly happy with how it functioned, really. I think I probably rushed a bit too much in the early days and tried to get the track down. I had an idea in my head, didn't really think it through, and now after a few months where I've questioned some of the decisions that I made in those early few weeks, now hopefully I can put things right and we can get back on, no pun intended, back on track again. I'll come back to you once I've had a think about what we're going to do next, but I think it'll be putting the new raised elevated section infrastructure landscape in place, and then looking at fitting the or working out how we're going to fit the bridges into this area here and what that landscape's going to look like in the river section. So I'll see you in a few minutes. This is a very rough mock-up of what I think the newly designed landscape is going to look like. So you can see the elevated section now at the back, the newly built stone viaduct looking very nicely in place. Really pleased with the way that's turned out for scratch building. I think it's pretty good, and I'm really happy with the way that's turned out. Much better than the longer brick viaduct that was there before. I just think it looks just more in scale with everything else that's going on. So then they've got the polystyrene in place there before the track will disappear into the tunnel there. So rough idea of what dimensions I've got to play with now with regard to the making the new river channel there. I think the river's going to be quite wide, possibly about 10 inches, 25 centimetres wide, with a bank obviously either side sloping gradually down. That'll be one of the next things I think I'll possibly do, is get all that painted up. Think about how I'm going to design the bridge at the front there with the four main lines going across it. I've got some ideas. I'll come back to you on that a later section. But that's how it's looking now. Like I say, with more of an idea of the landscaping that's going to take place. Shape is starting to come together now. We've got the 6 arches with the little spacers at the top there on the far side, just covering up the gap between the arches on this on this side, and then the buttresses down the centre of each of where the arches join. So that's looking pretty good. Just going to put some end bits on there and there to cover the actual remaining gap between the viaduct and the edge of the layout. I'll show you in position shortly, so you can see what I'm talking about.